Well, I think that, as Kent mentioned, we've started phase 2 of the project. Phase 1 started in the middle of December, and that just really entailed site utility work outside the building through pretty difficult conditions, as everybody has experienced here with the cold weather and all the snow. Phase 2 began really Wednesday, last week Wednesday, as soon as we finished the game on Tuesday night. And as you can see, there's a lot of work going on, and it will continue to be that way until the 1st of November, when things will slow down a bit to get ready for the basketball season. But there's a lot of work that's got to get done in the next 8 months, and we're going to push to keep that schedule and meet those timelines.
Tommy, can you just kind of talk about when next basketball season begins and people come into the building? What will be the primary differences that they will see right away?
Well, it's kind of difficult a little bit, Mark, to answer that in terms of clearly the entrance point on the east and west side is going to change dramatically. If you go by the west side now, the canopy is down, and they're going to start excavating and doing some work there. That will continue to clearly look like a construction zone, although it will be fitted out to be able to handle the entrance and exit points for the season. But inside the bowl, you will see some improvements from the C section as we know it today, the upper bowl. Those seats will be replaced during this phase, so we'll put blue seats up there. Some of the vomitories, the entry points into the bowl, will be filled in, and some extra seats will be added in those areas as well. There is going to be a little work that's done inside the bowl as well in terms of preparing for phase 4, which will be next year, next summer. Some shoring up and some micropiling, as what's going to happen in phase 4 is the A section will be completely blown out. Part of B will be blown out as well. So there is going to be some work that prep work that's being done now for that phase. But a lot of the stuff that's happening now is from a mechanical standpoint. We're adding 2 new mechanical rooms on the east and west side. They're currently on the north and south, and so that is a lot of what's going to be taking place. Some venting to get ready for the new HVAC system that'll be in the building as well.
Tom, have they already started on any of the seats up in C?
No. We have not started that process yet. That will happen here pretty shortly. We are working on some final details to sell those, if those individuals, and that'll be up on our website, hopefully here in the next week or so, if individuals would like to purchase a memento of some seats from the old Assembly Hall State Farm Center. So, but then after that takes place, then we'll start getting in there and start getting those out of there.
You said the 1st of November you have to have everything done on. I mean, is there anything that could delay that?
Well, certainly there's a lot of things that could happen along that.
I mean, you intend to have everything cleared out to allow the games to begin around the 1st of November.
Absolutely. No, it's been stressed. It's been talked about. I just came from a planning meeting with our contractors and project managers just now. That's talked about every week, oftentimes every day, in terms of where our schedule's at, what timeline we need to get to. You know, the folks are working pretty hard right now. Last Friday night, they were out there till 6:30 or 7 working. They've worked Saturdays and Sundays. Everybody's aware of the timeline and the importance to meet that point of November 1st.
Have you already scheduled a year hence that you might not be able to get in on November 1st? I mean, is December 1st the entry date a year later?
Yes. So
how will that, well, this is out of your area, but how will that affect scheduling when all the games we play in November are home, basically?
That will, Jason Leonard who is the sport oversight for basketball. He is working with Coach Gross and the basketball program to make those arrangements for that time period. Phase 4 is the phase which will happen beginning next March. That is the phase that is the most critical, the phase that has the most work to be done in it. It will be the most intense part of the project, as that's when a lot of the stuff inside the bowl has to take place. By the fall of 2015, all the seats should be in place, and from a fan's perspective, the inside of the bowl should be done.
When you get to this next November and the work inside the bowl ceases temporarily, right, for a while, will there still be work going on outside? Will there be work going on elsewhere in the facility?
Yeah. No, it will continue to move forward for those 4 months, and it just won't be inside, and it won't impact our ability to continue to host men's and women's basketball games. But there will be a lot of mechanical work. Our construction manager, Turner Clayco, has done an unbelievable job of sequencing and scheduling and phasing this project to make sure that we can continue to host basketball games for 2 seasons without too much disruption, and still yet keep this thing moving in the direction that it needs to, and as we sit here today, continue to meet the milestones that are in place to keep the project going in the right direction.
Any idea how many people are working on this project?
Well, AECom is the architect of record, and the number of sub-consultants that they have working on it is probably 100, 125. They have a couple people on site full-time. Turner Clayco, the construction manager, probably has close to 8 to 10 individuals on site full-time working with it. Then we also have our facilities and service group that has individuals working on it. This is my baby for the next couple of years. So it is from just that perspective. And then the number of contractors that will be in the building will vary as work goes through it. I suspect that there will be over 100, 150 workers in the building throughout this next phase. And that will only increase as we get to the next one.
You noticed that when Warren Hood oversaw this project here, that his hair turned gray. Do you anticipate that happening with you?
It might be a before and after photo. It's on that point, Mark. It's really exciting for me to be a part of the project, having the opportunity to be able to play in the building, and then also being able to see a lot of other buildings around the country, both as a player and now being part of the athletic department for 18 years. But that's exciting to see how we're taking this building and certainly making it a better facility for John and Matt and their basketball programs, but then also what kind of facility it will allow campus and Central Illinois to be able to experience. And I think those are the things that really get you excited about. For me, having a lot of history with the building now and being a part of it, that's the special part, and hopefully that will curb some of that graying that might occur too.
Will we all be able to park in the northeast lot next year?
Well, I don't have any idea what Kent has decided for you all, but I'll push that. How's that for shoving it over there? But no, I think that for the purpose of the construction site, most of that work should be done by the fall. There will still be some certainly construction fence around the area come August for the football season. And we're working with Turner Clayco to manage that to make sure that we don't lose any more parking spots than what we have with the southeast lot being taken over for the staging area for the project.
I anticipate parking to remain the same the next 2 years as it was this last year. Anything else? Anything from the phone lines? I don't know if anybody's still on the phones for Tom to talk about State Farm Center and project. Anything else here?
Can I just, you mentioned this, I might just have it a little bit uncertain, but you said for the fall 2015, a December 1st date for getting back for basketball. Is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Anything else?
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.